Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you the story, the most condensed story you ever heard. Okay, it's about me meeting the prince of the prophets, Isaiah the prophet himself. Okay, this happened about 10 years ago. My name is Dominic. I'm from Miami. I'm Gypsy. I'm 33 years old. Okay, it happened when I was like 23 years old in 2007. Uh, I was really self-righteous. I was really big into the Bible, really big into prayer. I probably was doing it at that time more than anybody on the planet. Uh, every conscious second I had awake, I was thinking about God. I had a couple of spiritual encounters that I wasn't too fond of. I had an encounter with a demon and it tried to kill me. Uh, but that's part of the reason why I made a prayer to God asking to see an angel or to get me involved somehow. You get what I'm saying? And 2 weeks later, I had an argument with my uncle about sinning because I was really self-righteous at the time. He was telling me it was alright for him to drink beers and stuff like that. God told him it was alright for him to drink beers. So I was like standing up for God, arguing on the side of God. Uh, then all of a sudden, I got sick. I ate a slice of pizza from my favorite pizza place. I had like 104 fever. I went into the bed, and I knew it was from God, and I wanted God to talk to me. So I started reading my Bible until I fell asleep. And in the middle of my sleep, about 4 or 5 in the morning, I knocked the Bible off my bed, and I woke up startled and realized it was the Bible and went back to sleep. And that's going to be big later on in the situation, but at that time I didn't know. I told the Bible I'm sorry, and I went back to sleep. And in the morning time, I'm having a dream that I'm in the back of a car with my family, and I'm like behind the driver's seat. I'm in the back seat and behind the driver's seat, and I was handed a flyer through the window. On the flyer, I had a black woman that on the bottom it said Damascus on it, and at that moment, I'm trying to figure out what is this, a church or something like that. And at that moment, I'm beginning physically shooken, physically woken up out of my sleep. Uh, I'm thinking it's my mother or my grandmother waking me up to see if there's a fever or something like that, and they like put their hand on my head to see if there's a fever, and they just keep shaking me. They don't like I kind of like roll over a little bit to help them like get to my forehead. I'm not opening my eyes at this time, and they're not putting their hand on my forehead. So I'm like, I look up and I open my eyes, and there's a hand on my shoulder, and it's dark skin, like Middle Eastern dark skin, and he's wearing like Orthodox Jew clothing, right? So I go to look up to see his face. He's not there, right? So I jump up in my bed. I'm all startled. I'm all scared. I start asking if the spirit is from God, if it believes in Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, where's my Bible? Where's my Bible? Then I realized that I kicked it off my bed in the middle of the night. And so I went to go reach for my Bible between the bed and the wall. And the first page it was open up to was Isaiah 17, the warning against Damascus. Okay, so that's when I really freaked out, okay? The last thing I seen was Damascus, and the first thing I seen was Damascus. Okay, it was very, very freaked out. The situation is, this is September 23rd, it's Revelations 12 day. I know Isaiah 17 must happen first. I know that Israel's just attacked the Damascus airport. The civil war has been going on for 5-6 years. So imagine this happened to me before, like any kind of war started popping off in Syria. And since then, I've been like closely watching it. You know, I believe it's the time bubble. I believe that city right there is like, once that bubble pops, you're entering into a whole new realm of time. You're into the last days at that moment. Right now, we're probably at the beginning of birth pains, but I believe in the Revelations 12 sign was significant. I believe the solar eclipse was significant. I believe the Feast of Trumpets is the day of the rapture. I believe all that stuff, you know. So we just gotta watch and we gotta keep faith. And I'm telling you right now, you know, I shout out to Bob Barber. You know, he does a good thing out there. He lets you know, like, we can look at verses and interpret as much as we want, but at the end of the day, we have a living God and He speaks to us. He said He'd pour out His Spirit in the end times, and that's what He did to me. You know, He shows up mighty. You know, so Isaiah showed me. That's who I'm assuming it was because of the Orthodox Jew outfit, the dark skin, and who would bring me that prophecy, Isaiah 17, Damascus, besides him. So yeah, God is powerful, man. He does the supernatural all the time. And shout to Bob Barber, man. I hope you the best, and I wish everybody else, hey, get into the Bible, get into prayer, and ask God. He's a living God. Go ahead and ask Him. Talk to Him. He responds.